predict or my predictions for the 2020-2021 NBA season. And just to start off, I want to go by, this is December 8th, 2020. If James Harden gets traded to the Sixers, because there's a lot of rumors about that right now. The rumors are popping back up about James Harden going to the Sixers. If a blockbuster trade happens for a certain team and makes them a title contender, just know this did not happen. I will make an update on this when the NBA season starts, like on December 22nd. So it might be like a couple days after the season, probably around like December 26th, probably, because December 22nd, I don't know. The 23rd is my birthday. The 24th is Christmas Eve, and we all know the 25th is Christmas. So I'm probably not going to be uploading from the 23rd to the 25th. I might make a Christmas or a Christmas Eve video, but don't 100% expect it. But I should be fine then. But, anyway, let's get into the predictions. First off, I want to start with, like, MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, stuff like that. Now, and if you don't know, like, players like Draymond Green and James Wiseman could not go to practice because they tested positive for the virus. So the Warriors' big men are screwed, and obviously Curry isn't winning DPOY. So don't expect like Draymond Green to be in the discussion. Well, not that he ever really has been, and like since like 2018, which is only like 2 years ago. But you get the point. You get the point. Anyway, so let's start off with the Rookie of the Year. James Wiseman tested positive for the virus, so we're going to leave him out of the conversation. But we're gonna look at Onyeka, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, and first off, I want to start off with LaMelo Ball, the most controversial one out of all the rookies in this whole class, in my opinion. Let's start off with the man of LaMelo Ball. The guy's dad said he could beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one. Kind of crazy. But yeah, that's not the point. Anyway, LaMelo Ball, he has a pretty decent chance if James Wiseman is out all season. I'm not saying he's going to be out all season, but that's going to take, like, for however long he is out, it's going to be a very big part in playing, or in his numbers. Anyway, when you look at it, I do think LaMelo Ball is going to win Rookie of the Year. I do think he is. Just cause, like, yeah, Anthony Edwards is an amazing player, but he said it on national television that he likes football more than basketball. Okay? Now, if you get into the NBA and you don't like basketball, why are you even signed up? I just don't get it. Really don't. Why are you signed up if you'd rather be in the NFL? I just really don't get it. But that's just my opinion. I don't get the point. If you like the NFL more, or if you like football more, but that's the reason why I think LaMelo's going to win Rookie of the Year, because if James Wiseman's out of the conversation, it's LaMelo and Edwards. I don't think Onyeka is going to pull out with it. But I think Onyeka will average like 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. I think he'll average something like that, which isn't bad because that Hawks team has a lot of depth. Like, the worst player on that team that should get minutes is like DeAndre Hunter and Kevin Huerter. They're young assets that I think can be pretty good for the future. But young assets is for another video. The only young assets we're talking about here is Rookie of the Year. Anyway, the point is that I think that the Rookie of the Year is going to LaMelo just because Edwards admitted he's not passionate for the game. He's passionate for football. So if you're not even passionate, you're not going to win Rookie of the Year. There's 60 rookies. You're probably the only one that isn't passionate for basketball. Well, I'm not saying he's not passionate for it. What I'm getting at is there's something else he would rather play. And it's not like, oh, I'd rather play video games. It's I would rather play in the NFL. I just don't get how you got into the NBA if you like football. I don't understand it. I really don't, but maybe someone in the comments can tell me why the hell that's the truth, but anyway, not the point. But yeah. It's kind of hard to put. Now let's talk about Onyeka. I think he will be in 3rd place behind Edwards and Ball. Edwards and Ball. I think he'll be in 2nd place because Onyeka is a generational talent. I think in his prime he could average something like 18, 7, and 5. So I think he has some potential, but that's just my opinion. But I just think he has a lot of potential in this draft. Just my opinion. But that's just my opinion. But Rookie of the Year, my prediction, LaMelo Ball. Now, I want to go with 6th Man of the Year. I'm not going to be talking about this. And the reason I'm not going to be talking about oh my god, sorry. Give it a minute, 2K TV's loud. Sorry, that's really loud. Anyway, what I was trying to say was I'm not going to be including 6th man because the starting lineups I don't think have been announced yet. If they have, let me know in the comments as of December 8th, 2020. If they have been announced. I don't think so, so we're just not going to include 6th man of the year. Because I'm assuming then, I don't know. I don't know what the lineups are going to look like. Now, for Defensive Player of the Year. This is the year I think Giannis will lose. Oh, never mind, I'm not going to spoil it. But this is the year where I think that this is going to go to a couple different ways. 1, Anthony Davis. 2, Karl Anthony Towns. No, just kidding. Karl Anthony Towns on the DPOY argument. Nice try. No, but seriously, in all seriousness, I think this will go to Anthony Davis. I don't think there's really competition. I really don't think there's competition. I don't. And now let's get into the juicy one. MVP, or what we'll get, and then we'll do Coach of the Year. For MVP, I feel like this one is gonna be a weird one. Alright, I think the argument this year is gonna be Luka, LeBron, Giannis, Anthony Davis, and this one is a stretch. I think those are our 5 MVP arguments. And I am rooting for Jason Tatum, but just keep in mind I'm a Raptors fan. After the playoffs, I'm not like best friends with Jason Tatum. But he's not a guy that I hate or anything. I love Jason Tatum, but that might sound like a stretch. I do think he'll be 5th though. But I just think he's going to take a massive jump, and it just feels right. And if not Tatum, which I understand why you think Tatum doesn't have a chance at being top 5 in MVP until like 2023, I understand that. And I get that. Then I guess you could replace him with like... trying to think here. Because I don't want to just say somebody. I think you could replace him with like James Harden, Kevin Durant. Somebody like that. Steph Curry, maybe if he doesn't get injured. And just like, no, we're not counting injuries, or like, we're not counting like, we're assuming no injuries happen, which obviously is, there's no way that there's a whole NBA season with no injuries. But we're assuming that there's no injuries this season. So that's what we're assuming, though. We're assuming there's no injuries this season. That's what we're going by. Anyway, back into it. Yeah, I think, but you can replace Tatum with like Durant, Steph, Harden. Those are another 3 candidates, but I think those will go 6, 7, 8. I think it'll be like Durant 6, Harden 7, Curry 8. But I could see if you put Tatum like under top 10. Understandable. He's pretty young. He's only turning like 23, 20. He might be still 22. I don't know when his birthday is. Anyway, you get the point. He's pretty young. He might not be 5th in MVP voting, which is understandable, but like I think he will average the numbers to be an MVP, but it's just like the voting. But I just think Tatum is going to be an MVP caliber player. Anyway, let's move on to the Coach of the Year. This one is going to be interesting. My top 3 competitors are Nick Nurse, Brad Stevens, and a controversial one. Forget his name, but he's the one for the Pelicans. One of you guys can let me know his name in the comments, but I feel like it's one of those 3. Or Frank Vogel, because they're going to be title contenders no matter what. So, yeah. Anyway, I kind of just spoiled that I have Lakers as title contenders, but anyway, let's get into my, like the teams I think are going to do terrible, the teams that I think are going to do amazing, the teams that I think are going to do, like, average, maybe, like, an 8-7 seed, like, those type of teams. Let's start off with teams that are going to be horrible, in my opinion. I feel like the Pistons are very underrated. This is just me right now. Their lineup isn't as bad as people make it seem. Like, they make it seem like the Lord Son of Jesus himself murdered God. It's not that bad. Like, Derrick Rose, if they want to put, like, Killian Hayes out the 2, but probably not. He's probably going to be a 6-man. Or Derrick Rose. Anyway, Derrick Rose or Killian Hayes, one of those 2. Mekhi Luke, which is really bad. Yeah, Jeremy Grant. Blake Griffin and like Mason Plumlee. That's not that bad. Well, I know that's pretty bad, but not as bad as people make it seem like. That's just my opinion. I don't think the team is great though. Don't make that, like, don't make it seem like I think the team is great. I just think it's a little bit, like, I wouldn't say it's gonna be underrated, but I would say it's gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be like the Heat, but like not as good. Like the Heat were expected to get brooms or like destroyed by the Bucks, and they like, I feel like it's gonna be a surprising team. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I do think that they're gonna be in the play-in tournament. Because the play-in tournament is the 7 to 10 seed. I do believe they can. I think they'll be like the 10 seed. Maybe if they choke towards the end of the season, the 11th seed. That's if they mess up towards the end of the season, but that's just my opinion. Don't take my opinion seriously. This is just, we'll try. Well, yeah, don't take it seriously. It's just my opinion, not yours. Anyway, I just want to get into, like, I want to get into, like, the fringe, like, well, the fringe teams, like, that will be, like, 6 to 5 seeds, or in the play-in tournament, like, 7, 8. Anyway, just my opinion. So, that's just my opinion, though. Sorry I was quiet there for a few seconds. Mic problems. Well, not mic problems, but just had a little brain fart there. That's probably it, except for, like, well, I haven't really said the French playoff teams. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's just start off. I think a fringe playoff team will be the Orlando Magic, the Portland Trail Blazers. It's hard. The Rockets if they trade Harden, but if they don't trade Harden, then they're gonna be fine. But the last time I wanted to do fringe was an interesting one. People might get mad at me, but the Memphis Grizzlies. But now I want to get into like 100% playoff teams. Like I don't care if God sends lightning on their home court, they're gonna make the playoffs. If they play all 82 games away, they're gonna make the playoffs. That's what I'm getting at. And those teams are the Raptors, Rockets, Sixers on December 2020, so we're pretending that there's no chance that they trade on. Well, like, I feel like the Rockets, Sixers, Raptors, Celtics, those type of teams. Yeah. Anyway. Now, the one last thing I want to touch on. Hold on. Just wait, 2K.
I've got all the details for the upcoming events in the neighborhood. First up, it's boot camp. This event is limited to 75 overall rating or lower, and it is placed to get you up to on Wednesday.
Alright, my bad. Now, as I was saying, the last thing I want to touch on is like how if players are going to get worse and if players are going to get better. We're basically taking everything, like the skill-wise from last season, but just changing it by who's on the rosters. Well, some of it, like players that we know is going to get better, like Jason Tatum, like people like Luka, people like that, Zion. But we're not gonna like players that are gonna get worse, like Kyle Lowry, and players like that. Because in my opinion, today, Kyle Lowry is a top 10 to 15 point guard in the league. I wouldn't say top 5 because you got Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving. I don't know about you guys, but I think the point guard's a little weak nowadays. Because I feel like the shooting guard and small forward have a treat for us in this next generation. Like Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, unless they play Luka in the future. I feel like the power forward has some potential too with Onyeka Okongwu, Zion Williamson. Unless they play Zion at the 3. Just keep in mind, this is 2021. They're probably going to play Zion at the 4 because their 3 is Brandon Ingram, and I don't think Brandon Ingram is going to want to play a 6th man role. I just don't think Brandon Ingram's that guy who's going to be like, yeah, let's just go on the bench, even though, like, we're just like, I don't know. Like, Brandon Ingram's just that guy that I don't think will want to go on the bench at the current stage of his career that he's in. He's just good to the point where now you look foolish if you put him on the bench when all you have to do is put Zion at the 4. And it's not like Zion's too short to play the 4. He's fine. Like, he's not short to play the 4. Because, like, to play the 4, you only need to be like 6'7", 6. If you're a little bit undersized, then you can play 6'6" power forward. That's just a little cheesy. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know what you guys think. But that's gonna be the end of the video. I'm gonna be like right after this. I'm going to be posting another one, and you're gonna be seeing the same gameplay in the background continued. And it's gonna be a video about trade rumors and stuff like that, like predictions and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoy.